Hi, this is Laura Wansek. I'm doing a walkthrough of my first album for Project Life for 2019. So this is my opening page, and this is, I think this was the day we all went sledding. So I took a photo of everybody in my family for the opening page and just did kind of like a quick stats about each of us right now, age, and just a few things about us. So, our job, that kind of thing. Just like a quick capture of where we were at the beginning of the year. I think this is using the Ali Edwards January 2019 digital kit. This one I think is just random stuff from my stash. We got a lot of good snow this winter. I was super excited about that. You can see here it was over 7 inches. I think it was over 7 inches in just a day or two. It was craziness. This, I think, is using some Studio Calico pieces, if I'm remembering correctly. I like to incorporate photos. This was a photo that my husband took. I go through his phone and send myself photos from his phone to include, because I want to make sure that I'm getting, stuff that's gone on with him too. This week we watched, I loved The Bodyguard when I was a teenager. And so me and my husband watched it together and it was so fun. So I Googled The Bodyguard and found this image, which is one of the scenes I like. So that's kind of funny. And I got into weaving. So a piece that I had woven. I like to include weather stuff, especially in a crazy winter. A lot of times whenever I include black and white photos, I do that because the color of the photo doesn't go with the spread very well. So like this one, the gray sort of matches more. I think this was like, had a lot of colors that sort of course this red's kind of a good example too of like the red doesn't necessarily match the general theme. So that's one of the reasons why I pick black and white photos or edit them to black and white sometimes. Trying to remember what kit. I think this is a digital kit. Maybe the March digital kit from Ali Edwards. I always like the spreads where it's this just using one kit. And repeated embellishments here of this, loving this with a little asterisk. Asterisk? Am I saying that correctly? It sounds weird when I say it out loud. I love this alpha stamp because it's a smaller alpha stamp. So I like to include quotes that my daughter says. I think they're really funny. It's one of my favorite things to include in these albums. Again, a repeated element there. And the hearts. This is all using Studio Calico. I think this week started, my husband's mom passed away. And this was, I think we went to see her in the hospital or the ER every week for like a month before she passed away. And I think this was the beginning of that. This was a week of celebrities too. We met 3 celebrities this week, which was pretty funny. Kind of documenting my pregnancy. And again, using that same alpha stamp. This is a stamp that I used and just repeated it to make this pattern here. And I sort of chose those colors based on the colors of this card and then also pulling in the pink here. And this was a photo that my brother sent me. Him and my dad went to the Grand Canyon together and he sent me this photo, so I thought I would include that to just kind of share, what they were doing, because that was a really cool trip that they took together. Yeah, this is the last photo that I ever took of my daughter and my husband's mom. So yeah, she had been in the hospital the week before as well, so Project Life's good for seeing the passage of time. This whole week was us back home with his mom, who was passing away, which is obviously very sad. Lots of color in this spread, even though it was kind of a dark week. And again, using that alpha stamp. Boy, I used that a lot. This was a book that we were trying to figure out how to explain to our 4-year-old daughter about death. And this was a book that was, I think it was suggested to us, and my husband read it to my daughter, and then her response to it was really sweet. So I took a photo of the book and then journaled about that there. I love this repeated. These are all cards from the Week in the Life kit that I didn't use, and I thought they would work perfectly in Project Life, so I really like the way that they look in this spread here. And this was the week that I did Week in the Life, so we had done a photo shoot together as a family because I wanted to take photos in this shirt that I got from Allie Edwards, and so I just did 10 little snippets of life along with photos from that photo shoot for this week, because the stories from this week were very well documented in Week in the Life. I love all the colors in this spread. And then little did we know this was going to be our last week as a family of 3. And this was a spread that I actually did when I was in the hospital. I just did this journaling digitally and chose all the photos so that when we came home from the hospital, I was able to print them all out and just put them right in the album. I wanted to stay on top of it because I knew it would be easy to get behind. So, and then I don't have anything other than this photo in the last page. Thanks for watching.